Before going to sleep, I was watching a video of Merril Streep, a Golden Globe Prize or whatever. I don't know much about it, but she was speaking in a very eloquent way, even I cannot pronounce, and it's amazing. And before that, you're right, Trudeau, his speech of resigning or ending his prime minister's role, that was so impressive. And maybe that triggered me. Yeah, that's right. Because, I've been in the States more than half my life, but I started late and I'm a slow learner. So my English is not good. But still, I'm curious to learn. So I watched lots of YouTubes and also trying to pick up what's going on in the world because this political situation, I want to know what's going on. It's very complex, and the politicians are so important, and if they are very good, they can speak so nicely, capturing the key point, which I cannot do because I'm an introvert. And if you ask me why I do this, because I don't want to lose my ability to talk, plus being alone, well, that's not the reason. But anyway, it's good to keep training for my mind to be clear. And I was thinking, okay, there are nice people meeting here and there and speaking, and I'm alone. And I know that I'll be dying just by myself quietly with nobody around. I can see that because I like to be alone. And then, what was the thinking? I like being alone. I like not to fake to be someone else than I am. Because I cannot be. Because I failed. So the way I lived my life was just try to find my own spot, any place I went, from engineering to business and this and that. And maybe that's part of the reason that I'm an introvert, that I went into Zen. And I'm very, very happy because I don't need to fake anything. Being just by myself. But I know that if I try that acting, that must be good because it may develop certain skill of changing your personality as if, so that would develop certain character. But of course I didn't do it, and I'm glad that I didn't do it. So, as I said, I like being myself, just being myself. And many people may think, how do you fit in the society? But I don't have to fit in the society. And when I die, I just die on my own. I may have mentioned in one of the videos that one of the impressed story of Zen monk was that when I was coming to New Zealand quite often, it's coming, I noticed this story of the Zen monk dying, and he had maybe a few dollars in his pocket. This is just a story, right? And gave to someone, okay, I'm going to dig a hole in here, and when I die, just you took care of me by putting those soil over. And I like that. It's funny that imagination is power, and I liked it. Probably nobody would like that, but I don't care because that's not my life. And I don't need to convince anyone. But for some reason, I still like to not to lose the ability to communicate. And if there's something I can share with anyone, doesn't matter who. I think it's built in as human that we want to do that. So as much as I'm kind of reckless and do whatever I like, I hope you don't take it, this is my ego, but it could be that just this guy, me, saying what I'd like to say and convince myself, but that's not convincing enough, so that I need to talk with someone on the YouTube to get some feedback. But there may be something still good in me, I'm hoping, because I believe that's what we are meant to live a life, to be sincere and truthful and communicate with others with the imagination and the reasons of our life, living life, and to share something. And that's a good dream. And for that purpose, I think that's why I may have found Zen, because like this guy, EQ, is a crazy Zen guy, but he's famous and he ran this temple, even though he didn't want to. But the people who does do Zen has his own inner desire to look at himself or themselves and just to figure out that's so deep and interesting enough, everything else doesn't matter. To search for the truth within. And actually, I was thinking about it. In my bathroom, it has a saying that be truthful, and the other one is be sincere. And I just remembered it when I watched it today. I said be truthful first. That makes sense. To be yourself, which kind of corresponds to this story, but be sincere. And I knew that the be sincere is the process to get to the truth. But I thought that's a good word to have, because I just like that word. I knew being sincere is good, but I think truthful should be, because that's what I felt after my awakening experience, that I don't want to lose it. If I find that experience I had, and that is Satori, I didn't know at the time. Nobody told me, because that's the way it is in Vipassana retreat. They don't tell you what, they tell you it's just a milestone. And it is a milestone, because you don't retain or be in that state all the time. And you are the human, and you have all the karma and all the stuff popping up. So, but still, yes, you can be sincere and truthful to get to know and live this life only on that basis, pretty much. And everything else become irrelevant. Not true, because you are in the human society. So that's the reason why Bodhisattva's vow is they may be able to go to the nirvana, but stay in this samsara, troubled world. And I believe in that. So I am away alone most of the time, but I meet people here and there and communicate. When I talk a lot, because I'm curious about meeting person, not for the sake of anything, but to know who they are and what they are doing and what's their mission and vision. Because that's truly is my interest. Every single person, pretty much. And some talk to me later or to someone else that I ask so many questions. I'm full of curiosity, never-ending curiosity for myself, but for others. And that's the reason why I watch these YouTube videos. It's the political, the problem, and the people, their expression, why it happens and how they deal with causing the trouble and talking about the trouble by someone else, how they talk, and what's the process as human. That's so interesting. So I have spent, every day I spend at least 1 hour, maybe 20, 30 videos. Sometimes I just skip. But I think that reason why is, curiosity. And I feel a little too much. I watched some other video because to kind of cushion it, I have like a Zen related video. So this Einstein's, quotation that I like to pick up and other stuff. So again, the curiosity is everywhere because I'm living in this world. And I thought, I want to know more. And from knowing and including this AI stuff that I have so much interest, what is the future of this human? And what can be materialized, realized? And I have some sense, and I have some picture that I think is something I want to share. But I'm sharing in the sense of not writing a book, but just talking. And that's, to me, is the sort of easiest way, because book nobody's going to read all the way. And even if they read, it doesn't stay with them. So it's just some level of interaction, and especially important interaction is not to be writing a book or talking like you are the authority. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. It's a top-down idea, and I want to be in the middle of the chaos to figure out what it is, what can be done, but still have this time alone. So actually, I still don't know who I am. Maybe it's a good thing, because I'm happy as I am. And like a little kid story that I mentioned, that I don't want to lose that. Yeah, that's why kids are just curious and they don't care, how they look like or what. And I'm totally becoming like that, because everything else is not important. Just be is the easiest way to live. And talking as comfortable as I can. So maybe this is too much to be seen by anyone, that this weird guy's doing something. But I think there's some truth in it. I believe so. Because I don't have reason as a person or the ego. That's what I think. Of course there may be a little tint of ego. But it's also good to make sure that you question and then flip it. Okay, I take care of it. Like a little self-justifying. But please, I talk a lot like this, and I'm becoming more and more open, and I like it. And give me the feedback. Not to promote my ego or anything, of course, but I think this is what we can be and would be and should be. Because comfortable, open, sharing, not feeling to defend your position or anything. Because, that's the thing. You don't have to defend because there's no ego. So you are just talk as you feel like talking. Maybe I had a little funny thought today. because I was out swimming, picking up some mussels, and there's nobody around. And then I was sitting on the rock, and I couldn't believe how beautiful every place, I mean, this area is. I was watching the ocean, and I couldn't believe it. Why not other people? I'm the lucky one. And then I thought, when I felt life cannot be any better, or anything that happened before, this is like a long time ago. That was the peak, and after that I got into trouble. Because I remember that I thought, well, maybe I should be careful about thinking like I'm lucky to be. But now I'm saying that. And again, I'm not like that all the time, but being able to appreciate and have that moment. Yeah, the appreciation, not the arrogance. This is life like an experiment, trying this and that. I want to keep doing it like a little kid. Maybe society may say you shouldn't, but I'm listening to my heart. Maybe if you're interested, let's explore together. I'm open for it. Thank you.